Hello mga students, good morning, good afternoon, good evening sa inyong lahat. Let me present to you an illustrative problem, no? Presenting cases on profit from continuing operations as well as profit from discontinued operations, no? This is lifted from our reference book, pero since yung hawak-hawak ko na edition ng libro ay luma, I just need to update the dates and also the tax rate. I don't know if in the recent edition it's already 25%, no? Pero yung mga prior editions kasi ng libro naka 30%. So ginawa ko na po itong 25 para naman align sa ating enacted tax rate. Okay? So pasundan na lamang po ako class, no, sa aking discussion. You can refer to this material or you can check from the book, no? It's up to you. Okay. So we have ABC Company, and ABC Company has three segments, no? A, B, and C. While we are not talking about segment reporting sa subject sa topic na ito, ang focus po natin ay yung statement of comprehensive income, no? Particularly how to distinguish yung continuing operations sa discontinued operations. But we have this problem here. Sundan na lamang po natin, ano? Okay. Ang sabi dito sa problem, yung operation sa segment C, which is a clothing line, a clothing division, medyo sablay na, alanganin na with the long-term direction of the company. Maybe they are venturing into a different, ano, no, different line of business. Kung meron silang clothing division before, medyo nawawala na siya doon sa direction, long-term. Di pwede po nilang i-dispose yun. Okay? So, that was their, ano, no, plan. On October 1, 2023, the board of directors eventually voted to approve the disposal, no? At nagkaroon na sila ng announcement. On that date, yung carrying amount ng net assets ni Segment C ay 9 million. And the 9 million is based on total assets of 10.5 million less liabilities of 1.5. So 10.5 minus 1.5, edi syempre 9 million. The fair value less cost to sell of the assets, no, which was carried at 10.5. Yung assets, yung fair value less cost to sell daw nitong mga assets na ito ay na-determine to be 8.5. Sabi natin, under IFRS 5 or PFRS 5, if there is a non-current asset that will be held for sale or held for disposal, we will have to measure them at fair value less cost to sell or carrying amount, whichever is lower. Okay? Dito, ang carrying amount mo ay 10.5. The fair value less cost to sell is 8.5. We need to recognize an impairment loss for 2 million. Para i-write down natin, no, from 10.5 magiging 8.5. Okay. At December 31, 2023, anong sabi? Yung carrying amount, no, of the net assets of segment C was 7 million. Okay? Assets 8.5, liabilities 1.5. Take note, updated na po. On December 31, 2023, ang carrying amount now of the assets ay 8.5, which was the fair value less cost to sell na. Yung liabilities mo wala namang changes. So 8.5 minus 1.5, that is 7 million. And there were no further impairment ng assets from October 1 to December 31 when the financial statements were prepared. Okay. So that's what happened in 2023. Now, come 2024. On September 30, when the carrying amount of the net assets of segment C continued to be 7 million, anong ginawa ni ABC? They eventually signed a legally binding contract para ibenta yung segment C. While I will not be talking details of ano no, the provisions of IFRS 5 in relation to non-current asset held for sale, pero dapat may plano at mayroon silang gagawin. No, may action dapat para i-dispose yun. Kasi kung hindi po yan i-dispose, no, kailangan po yang ibalik kasi nawala yung kasi halimbawa inano mo na siya no, nireclassify mo na siya from from non-current asset papuntang held for sale pero hindi naman natuloy yun. It has to be reverted back. So kailangan meron tayong action na ginagawa dyan para i-dispose yung asset, no? Kasi nga, nireclassify natin siya. Okay, so here we go. Nagkaroon ng legally binding contract para ibenta yung segment C. which is expected to be completed by January 31, 2025. Okay? The fair value less cost to sell of the net assets ay 6 million. Okay? From 7 million, di ba? Ito yon. Naging 6 million. So, meron tayong additional impairment loss na 1 million. So, 2023, may impairment loss ka 2 million. 2020, sorry. Tama. 2023, meron kang impairment loss na 2 million. 2024, meron kang additional na 1 million impairment loss. Tama? Na. Now, the contract also obliges. Okay? Si ABC na i-terminate yung employment ng ilan sa mga employees nito sa Segment C. May restructuring tayo dito, ano? Segment C is expected to incur termination cost of 300,000 to be paid by January 30, 2025. Okay? And the operations of Segment C continued in 2025 and assume a tax rate of 2025 tuloy. Assume a tax rate of 25%. We were also provided with this information, ano? Segment A, Segment C, Segment C, the revenues and the related operating expenses. Now, by the way, no, you will observe here that in the presentation, yung operating expenses mo ay nakakondense na. Hence, nakalagay dito condense. Pero syempre, when we present the statement of comprehensive income, your expenses should be presented either by natural or functional presentation. Pero dito, tinagda lang natin as operating expenses just to simplify para hindi na masyadong madetalye. Okay? Nakasama na po sila, magkakasama na natin. Magkakasama na lahat dyan sa operating expenses. Okay. Tignan po ninyo no, yung nasa libro and how it is presented. So you have ABC Company, statement of profit or loss. Nilagay ko na lamang po statement of profit or loss. Anyway, wala naman tayong component dyan ng other comprehensive income. So okay na rin yan, pwede na rin. For the years ended December 31, 2024 and 2023, hence it is a comparative amount, comparative ano no, FS, comparative P&L. Sige. Pansinin ninyo ha, baka lang kasi may magtanong, sir, saan galing yung mga amounts na ito? Kasi observe, for revenues and operating expenses, no? In 2024, it's 9 million. In 2023, 8 million. Meron kang tatlong segments. Siyempre, when we present the statement of profit or loss, total na po yan. Meron kang segment A and segment B. Yan, class, yung magiging coming from continuing operations. Kasi nga ito, i-discontinue natin. I-dispose natin ito, di ba? So, hindi po dapat kasama yung segment C. So, pansinin ninyo, 5 million plus 4 million, ito yun. Comparative 2023, 4.5 plus 3.5, ito naman sila. And also with your operating expenses, 6 million and 5.5 million. Therefore, your profit from operations for 2024 ay 3 million and 2.5 million respectively. Before considering interest expense no or yung finance cost and income tax. Ngayon, baka magtanong kayo, Sir, saan galing yung 200,000? Saan galing yung 100,000? Doon sa libro? And also sa disclosure, saan galing itong 50,000, 50,000? Plus, walang ibang information na nabanggit sa libro. Nakasama lamang po ito. So, wag na tayong mag-overthink ng malala. They are assumed balances. Maaring in the preparation of the problem, nakalimutan i-consider ito pero it's presented there. Okay? So, assume po ito. Wag nyo nang hanapin. Given na po yan as is. And therefore, your profit from operations before tax, before income tax, yung PBIT mo, ay 2.8 for 2024 and 2.4 in 2023. Okay? I think we can now make this bigger no para mas pansin. Anyway, we'll present the discontinued operation separately naman. Ayan po, ano? Ayan, better. Okay. So, pag binawas natin yung interest expense, sabi natin, ito ang mga amounts. And this is where I have to adjust, update the balances, no? Coming from an older edition of the book, unless the 2024 or yung pinaka-recent edition ay updated na yung tax rate at ginawang 25%. But in this case, the income tax expense ay based on 25%. So, 1/4 ng 2.8, it's 700. 1/4 ng 2.4 is 600. The profit from continuing operations, which is after tax, therefore, is 2.1 million for 2024 and 1.8 million for 2023. Okay? So, yan po ano. That's how you will present profit from continuing operations. And this is after tax already. Ito yung before tax. Ito yung ating after tax. Now, syempre, ito po ay profit from continuing operations. Kailangan mo ding i-present yung profit from discontinued operations. Either you can present it in details or ilagay mo na lamang po yung breakdown in the notes to the financial statements. Just to follow what's presented in the book, no, i-disclose na lamang po natin ito in in the notes. So, ito yung mga amounts, then we have the related disclosure dito sa kanan. Pero ginawa ko na lang siyang note XX para lang wala lang, trip ko lang. Eh, note 15. Ayoko nang sundan na yung note 15 sa libro. Anyway, kung ano man yung appropriate na note disclosure number. Okay? So, tignan ninyo ha. Ang mako-compute natin dito na profit or loss. Loss pag naka-negative, profit pag positive. From discontinued operations ay itong mga amounts na ito. And this will be coming from the right side. Ito. Yan. So, etong 262,500, ito po siya. Ito namang 187,500, ito naman siya. Okay, pero tignan ninyo. And ito siya. Kulayan po natin ito para medyo mabigyang pansin. Ayan, papansin po muna natin si segment C. There you go. Ito, 4 minus 3. Ito sila. 5 minus 2.7. Ito po sila. Sir, bakit meron kang provision for employee termination? Nasaan po yan? Class that's given in the problem. Anong sabi doon? Sa last paragraph, no? Part of the contract, no, obliges ABC company to terminate the employment. And since meron ka ditong expected settlement, you need to provide a provision for liabilities related sa disposal termination ng mga employees. So meron kang employee related benefits for termination. O kailangan mong i-set yung provision noon kasi 'di ba magde-debit ka ng expense, magki-credit ka ng related liability. But that happened in 2024. Siyempre, it has to be represent if the discontinued operation is made in the current year, okay, yung decision to discontinue the operation, dapat for comparability, yung prior year dapat represented. Pero syempre, wala ka naman dito. Okay? So, wala kang ilalagay dyan. Yung 300,000 will only be acknowledged in 2024 and not in 2023. So, in this case, your profit from operations, no, for that segment C ay 700,000 and 2.3 million respectively. 4 minus 3 minus 4 minus 3 minus 0.3, it's 700. 5 minus 2.7 is 2.3. Okay? And then yung assumed natin no na interest expense, after deducting this interest expense, no, your profit from operations for segment C before tax ay 650,000 and 2,250,000 respectively. And then i-apply natin yung income tax expense, 25% ito. Okay? O di 162,500 for 2024 and 562,500 for 2023. Therefore, the profit from operations net of tax ay ito, 487,500 and 1,687,500. Nakukuha ba? Pero hindi pa diyan nagtatapos. Kasi meron tayong impairment loss. Teka sir, ano ba yung impairment loss na yan? Saan ba galing yan? At saan galing itong 750 at saka yung 1.5? I did not present it as presented in the book kasi makikita ninyo sa libro may nakalagay impairment loss tapos may nakabawas income tax benefit on impairment loss. So this impairment loss is net of income tax benefit of 25%. Therefore, this is 75%. O ano ba yan? 1 million po ito. Ito naman ay 2 million. Saan galing yon? O ito yung sinasabi natin na impairment loss because of the difference between the carrying amount and the fair value less cost to sell. In 2023, when the carrying amount of the assets ay 10.5, sabi doon the fair value less cost to sell is 8.5. So meron tayong impairment loss na 2 million, di ba? 2 million times 75%. We need to reduce it with the income tax benefit. So it's 1.5 million. And then in 2024, when the carrying amount was 7.5 ba yun? Tama ba? When the carrying amount of the net asset was 7 million. Okay? O 7 million nga ba yon? Teka, balikan nga natin. Ito, no? Yung additional 1 million. Ito. On September 30, when the net asset, carrying amount of the net asset ay continued to be 7 million, ang fair value less cost to sell ay 6 million. So, additional impairment loss. Pero 1 million yon less that income tax benefit. Therefore, you will only recognize here 750,000. Negative yan. Ibig sabihin, additional expense, no? So, kung meron kang profit from operations before income tax of 487,500, tapos meron kang impairment loss na 750,000, edi ito ka. Ang loss mo from discontinued operations, which is segment C, in 2024 ay 262,500. Pero yung comparative niyan in 2023, profit ka dapat doon. 187,500. Okay? So, from here, actually maraming pwedeng itanong, no? Ang kailangan po natin, no, ang objective natin dito is familiarity of the presentation para kung ano man yung tanungin sa mga quizzes or mga examinations, we have a basis from kung saan natin huhugutin yung mga amounts na yon. Kasi without even knowing how we present it, we cannot really answer individually the questions, no? Mas ma-appreciate kasi natin yung pag nakikita natin yung buong picture. Okay? So there you go. Allow me to end the discussion muna hanggang dito. I hope nakatulong po itong aking explanation from ano no mula doon sa illustrative problem na present sa libro para ano no para mas maintindihan ninyo ito. Let me know if ever you have questions. Okay? So hanggang dito po muna. Maraming salamat. Bye-bye.